Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show No Filter. Back. Happy hump day. Glad to be back for another Wednesday. Hope everybody enjoyed their Taco Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about today, but before I get into it, first let me cover my ass. No Diddy. We got a gloomy day today. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. What's up, Wake and Bake crew? How do you do? Shout out to everybody in the building. Happy Wednesday. Good morning. I see Lily's back. Y'all, Lily had a little hospital thing going on. Glad to see she's back and feeling good. She says, "Good morning, Flo. Shout out to you for helping me yesterday, especially with me." For sure. We had a great episode. The Flow Show No Filter first members only episode was amazing. It felt good. I love it. I'm glad to show some appreciation to the subscribers. Y'all, like I said, if it's not for the subscribers, we don't have a show. And I figured I got to start definitely doing something and doing more to my subscribers because they make this engine go. Without the subscribers, we don't have a show. It's just that simple. So I definitely appreciated kicking it with y'all. Yesterday, we talked about the celebrities and everybody who trying to blackball Diddy. And we also went into detail about that $100 million lawsuit with Courtney Burgess. That was the guy that said he had the freak off tapes and it was supposed to be celebrities on there, and he went in front of the grand jury. We went into detail about that on our members only episode. Let me shout out to the new members on the YouTube members. Y'all really made my day yesterday with just a great episode and great support. Who we got here? Rachel. Shout out to Rachel, Angie, Melissa, Megan, Ms. Z, Denise, Lily, Stephanie, Laura, Angie, Fire Glory, Kales, Holistically HR, Ebony, Tatum, Anquinette, Deborah, Virgil, Nisi, Talia, and Monique. Y'all are the best. Looking forward to more episodes with y'all. So we already discussed that. If you missed it, I'm gonna put the link in the. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for those who missed it. It was definitely a good thing. But today we're gonna talk about part 2 of that same lawsuit. Well, it's really part 2 of the lawsuit. It's crazy, y'all. Diddy is going after another woman. This woman is under attack. Now, I don't know if she's really did something wrong. I don't know if Diddy just Diddying. We're gonna talk about the facts and y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't want to give y'all no preconceived notion of what I think it is. This is something we need to go over in real time. What's up, Melissa? I put the link to the members only YouTube section in the chat. It's also in the notes. If you're listening to this show on Apple and Spotify, you also had the audio version of all members only content on Buzzsprout. So if you subscribe, whether you subscribe on Buzzsprout for the audio podcast or you subscribe to YouTube for the video live broadcast, you don't miss any subscription. You're not missing no content no exclusive content. I make sure every exclusive content I make sure I give the video and the audio. So you don't have to ever worry about whether you subscribed on both or one. You won't miss exclusive content because I make sure to take the time to make sure it's on both platforms. So don't worry about that. If you're a Buzzsprout subscriber, you got the content from yesterday, the members only content. And if you with YouTube, you saw me live and direct yesterday. So I appreciate everybody. The Flow Show, no filter, 8:30. Lonnie says, happy hump day, handsome. Happy hump day for sure to everybody in here. Y'all, this is crazy. Let's see. Miss Megan said, thanks for the help yesterday. Yeah, no problem, y'all. I know when you making new schedules and new programs, it's confusing for me. So I know it's confusing for y'all. So I don't mind taking out that extra time. No, if you subscribe through Buzzsprout, you're getting the same content. You're getting the audio content. It's up to you if you want to subscribe to YouTube too. YouTube is video. Buzzsprout is this is an easy way to remember it, y'all. Buzzsprout is audio. YouTube is video, but it's the same content. It's no different. It's just on Buzzsprout, you're getting the audio. On YouTube, you're getting the video. That's it. To make it real simple, just remember that. Buzzsprout is audio, YouTube is video. They both got the same content, just different ways to present it. What's up, Rachel? What's up, Rachel? Who else we got in here? All you do is, hey, can somebody help Mel? Hey, Lily, I think Lily or Melissa. Melissa, can you help Mel Mac about how to become a member on YouTube and help anybody else that has a question while we're doing this show? I can't really do both, but you guys know how to do it. So, we all a family. So if Melissa and Lily can help Mel Mac describe what you got to do, and anybody else that has a question, Melissa, I know Melissa and Lily for sure know how to do it. So let's help each other out. I did put the YouTube subscription in the link. It's right here. This is the third time. I just put it in the link again. I just put it in the chat. Look, I just put it in the chat right here. This is about the third time. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know why. How can I? I don't know how to pin it, but there it is. We're gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do, y'all, is make it once a week. I'm gonna start off. We'll just do Wednesdays to try to make it simple. We'll do Wednesdays, members only, and Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, the regular scheduled program. I think for now, that would be the best way to do it without being so confusing. We'll just do Wednesday. So going forward, I'll continue to keep y'all in the loop, but I think that'll be just simple. Wednesday, middle of the week, it's a members appreciation. Like I said, I want everybody to understand, not just me. Everybody understand the only reason we have this show as it stands is because of our subscribers on Buzzsprout and because of our members on YouTube. Without them, couldn't do this show because I would have to tailor it and not talk about certain shit, not use certain language. I would have to change the whole dynamic of the show, and I'm not doing that. Like I told y'all from the beginning, I'd rather lean in and depend on the subscribers. This is our show. And we're going to keep this show, no matter how big it grows, we're going to keep this show authentic to how it was from the beginning. That's more important to me than anything. So welcome, family. Welcome, family. Family meeting Wednesday will be the halfway through the week. We knock out Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday we get to meet. And anybody who become a member, you'll like it. It's kind of different. I could be a little more candid. No trolls, and then you get to really rock with the intimate Flow Fam family. So everybody got each other's back, And Mel, Mac, Lily, anybody have any questions, let me know. And Lily and Melissa, I'm sure, can walk everybody through it. Here's the link again. It's in the chat. Let's get started. Also, y'all, we're going to talk about, I don't know if y'all know about Love and Hip Hop, but later on in the show, Rashida and Kirk have a crazy situation going on. Their son is suspected of unaliving their daughter, his sister's boyfriend, after a domestic dispute. But I've got so much other information that's not out there. I got to let y'all know. Allegedly, it was another brother that's involved. They're like hiding the story. It's a lot of back and forth. They saying the police is working for Rashida and Kirk because they famous and got money. We're going to get into that a little bit later. First, let's cover this Diddy mess. Mel Mac said they found it. Thank everybody so much. Appreciate y'all. Let's get into the show. So, before we get into that Love and Hip Hop, that's at the end of the show. Let's cover who is this woman, another woman that is that's getting attacked by itty bitty Mohawk Diddy. Well, it stems from this Courtney Burgess, who was allegedly supposed to have his freak off tapes. If y'all remember, he said he had freak off tapes. It was celebrities that you could see on the tapes. He went before the grand jury, and we never really heard nothing about no celebrities or nothing like that during the trial, which was strange. But now Diddy is suing him for $100 million. But his attorney is Ariel Mitchell. And Ariel Mitchell is getting attacked. The full attack from itty bitty Diddy and his legal counsel. They are on full attack against Ariel Mitchell. And they're suing her. They're amending it. Listen to what they're alleging. So this article is from the Mirror. Diddy witness lawyer, they're talking about Ariel Mitchell, demanded luxury accommodation in exchange for interviews. Lawsuit claims. The legal team of Sean P. Diddy Combs is claiming that lawyer Ariel Mitchell had a list of demands in exchange for discussing Combs' legal troubles with the media. And this is about to be a pattern. Diddy is about to go on the attack now that he was acquitted on half of the charges, and he feels like he has a leg to stand on, but that leg may break. But he feels like he has a leg to stand on for right now. And as you can see, he is attacking everybody. He is suing Courtney Burgess, Ariel Mitchell, and News Nation for $100 million. But he's going on a full-fledged attack on Ariel Mitchell. Now, if you remember, Ariel Mitchell was the lawyer who sat beside Courtney Burgess and was his legal counsel throughout this whole freak off. Remember, they said they raided Courtney's home for the freak off tapes. It was a mess. So now they are trying to attack Ariel Mitchell's credibility, not only suing her for money, but putting her in a complaint. Listen to what they're saying. The diddler is on the attack, and this could backfire. And I'm not going to say could. I believe this will backfire on Diddy, because just like anything else, you start doing too much, and that you start barking up the wrong tree, and that same tree will fall on your ass. That's just me talking. In an amended complaint, Itty Bitty Diddy's legal team claims that Ariel Mitchell went on a media tour, is what they call it, to speak about Diddy and demanded luxury accommodation in exchange. The disgraced music mogul first brought a lawsuit against Burgess, Mitchell, and Nexstar Media in January, asking for $50 million for alleged defamation regarding an interview conducted on News Nation. On August 11th, the complaint was amended to ask for an additional compensation, no less than $100 million, and slammed Mitchell's credibility, according to the court documents obtained by the Mirror. Now, let's stop there real quick. This is the question I have. Defamation is basically saying that they lied. And they lied about the freak off tapes, and they lied, and they went on this media tour. But my question to you all is, if he lied about the freak off tapes, there was a raid, and he went before the grand jury, and he testified to what was on the tapes and that the tapes were authentic. Why wasn't he picked up on charges if he was lying? Why does he not have any legal repercussions if he lied? Make it make sense. I know it's early in the morning for this bullshit, but we got to make it make sense. Officially shout out to Mel Mac becoming a YouTube member. Much appreciated. You are keeping this Flow Show No Filter authentically what it is. And I appreciate you. But getting back to this, if it's some defamation going on, wouldn't he have been brought up on some type of charges if you lied to the grand jury? This is why I'm confused. And if y'all can help me out in the chat, help me out. Like, what the heck is going on? It don't make sense to me. Also, yep. Also, Melissa at Great Point. This is also the one who was connected and supposedly had transcripts of Kim's book. This was a whole lot of stuff that didn't turn into anything. We didn't hear about any of this in the trial. I don't know if the feds are still cooking or what, but it just turned out to be a lot of smoke, no fire, according to the trial. I'm not saying, I don't know what the truth is, but it was a lot of talk about it, but nothing came out of it. So what I'm trying to figure out is, shout out to Libby Bear, became a YouTube member, will be a part of our family. Flow Show No Filter family meeting Wednesday, where we get to really get into, I get to really let my hair down because it's nothing but members. It's not shooting off into the algorithm. And I don't got to hear a bunch of little itty bitty mohawk diddy mouth. And we really get to talk. So shout out to Libby Bear. But y'all got to make it make sense. I'm trying to figure out, if he lied, where are the charges? So let's continue in this article. Hey, they got some, it's always a million people trying to sell you stuff. You can't even get through an article. So, in an effort to prove Ariel Mitchell's untrustworthiness, this is the word they're using, the amendment claimed that the lawyer was named in Florida in a Florida bar complaint that alleged she bribed a witness to back up claims of sexual assault. It also alleged that Mitchell went on a media tour after representing clients in 3 lawsuits against Diddy. It also alleged that in exchange for press appearances, Mitchell demanded luxury accommodations, including first-class flights to New York City, a minimum 2-night stay at 4-star minimum hotel on site, hair and makeup services, meals, snacks, and unspecified material fees. Now, is Diddy the only one allowed to fly first class? If they fly me somewhere and I'm going on somebody's platform risking my life, I might ask them to give me some first class tickets. I'm just being honest. It's almost like the billionaires and millionaires feel like they the only ones deserve first class flights. They the only ones deserve to ask for a high end accommodation. See, even though they suing and attacking her credibility, to me it points to a bigger issue and a bigger point. Are regular people not allowed to ask for first class flights? I don't see the point. I don't see the point they're making. But I digress. Like I said, I understand that they're trying to attack her credibility. But to me, if you are a lawyer and you bust your ass to make a name for yourself, you putting your neck on the line with going against these billionaires. I don't see nothing wrong with asking for what you feel like you worth. But let's continue. They even said and made a point that she insisted that the interviews took place in New York City. They're acting like that's a big deal. I don't know. I'm just being honest. If I am tripping, y'all let me know. Am I tripping? Shout out to Anitra becoming a new YouTube member. You will look forward to seeing you on our Wednesday meetings. A special Flow Show No Filter podcast. But y'all, thank you, Anitra. Really appreciate it. This is crazy. In a statement to the Mirror, Representative for Diddy said the defendants alleged willful scheme to fabricate and broadcast outrageous lies, including false claims of videos depicting sexual assaults of minors and celebrities, corroborating fabricated great allegations and secret recordings to extort partners. While appearing on News Nation, Mitchell repeated Burgess's claims that he was in possession of videos from Diddy's alleged freak-off parties. Diddy's team denies the existence of these videos. Now, remember, it was a big thing made about these videos. It was supposed to be celebrities on there, Justin Bieber's perhaps, Usher, who knows? There was a lot of speculation, J-Lo, all type of stuff. But we never heard about any of this in the trial. Does that mean it wasn't celebrities on there, or does that mean the prosecution, the government, Maureen Comey, was protecting these celebrities? As of right now, we don't know. My guess is they were protecting celebrities. That's just my guess. But now since if they now let's say if they were protecting celebrities, can this backfire on Diddy? Can this lawsuit go to discovery and then they find out that there are celebrities on there and these tapes do exist? That is my question to you in the comments, to everybody in the comments. What do y'all think? If they were protecting these celebrities, Diddy's lawsuit could backfire, and Diddy might not give a shit. Diddy might be doing this and say, hey, if this is found out to be true, at least I'm going to expose all the rest of these celebrities. Who knows what's really up his sleeve? Shout out to my girl Yanni, who I gotta email you back about those. I gotta email you back about the goodies. So remind me before this show ends, Johnny, to email you. I forgot. I want to do it as soon as the show's over. But thank you for becoming a new YouTube member. I appreciate you greatly. So we got to figure that out. What is going on? I'm trying to figure out. So this could work out in two ways. If Courtney Burgess is found out to be completely lying, then I would ask the question, what's up with the grand jury and all of that then? Why the grand jury didn't push for charges? That's why I don't believe these are lies, because the grand jury got involved. And so this lawsuit is an interesting one to follow. We're going to have to see how this turns out, because this is going to expose a lot of shit that why we didn't hear about any of this during the trial. Why was there so much talk about it and so much chatter, but then nothing was in the actual trial about it? I am really don't understand. Let's see some comments on here. Let's see if anybody in the comments has anything to add to this, because I am confused. Okay, put the link up again. All right, I'll put the link up again. I put it there. I put it in the chat, and then I also put it on the screen. But I am confused, y'all. So the only thing I can say is wait as we get into this this trial. I'll put there's the link again. It's in the chat. That is to become a member so you don't miss our members only episode, which is we dive into some deep stuff and we get to really kick it. The Flow Show No Filter, more intimate vibe. I appreciate it, and it supports the show and it keeps us rolling. And Melissa and Lily, y'all are the official helpers to help people get signed up. It's a little confusing. I wish YouTube had it a little easier and a little bit more straightforward. I wish I could just put a button on the screen. But anyway, what the hell is going on? We shall find out soon. And before we get to this crazy love and hip hop episode, Diddy and his son. You remember that incident on the yacht where the woman who went to work allegedly said that Diddy's son allegedly did pull the itty bitty Diddy on her? Well, now that is, we're hearing more noise about that. Breaking news. Diddy, branded cowardly as stewardess, accuses Christian Combs of drugging and assaulting, claims the mogul is trying to evade justice. This story will never end. Now Diddy's son and Diddy are catching smoke. Have y'all seen so many lawsuits go back and forth like this? The trial has ended, but the story is just beginning. My head is all fucked up. I thought when the trial was over, we was going to put this story to bed and start talking about other stuff. I didn't know once the trial was over, the story was just heating up. So now this stewardess said they are avoiding justice. The woman suing Diddy and his son is speaking out against the mogul's push to dismiss her federal lawsuit, saying it is an attempt to hide the truth. Grace, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so we just gonna call her Grace. Grace accuses Christian of sexually assaulting her on a yacht in 2022. In court documents obtained by Us Weekly, she alleged that Diddy was aware of her son's pattern of illegal behavior. Grace's complaint contended that Diddy exercised control over the environment aboard that yacht, provided alcohol, and failed to implement protocols to protect guests. She dismissed his request that the case be dismissed, since he is a Florida resident and the incident of the alleged assault took place outside of California. Denied identifies misconduct beyond the reach of accountability. Instead of confronting the allegations head on. In her suit, Grace accused Christian of drugging and sexually assaulting her, trying to make her give him oral. But it only stopped when a third person entered the room. She claims she told the yacht's captain about the incident and believed the captain was bribed to shut the hell up. So she goes to work. She's at work trying to make ends meet. She runs into Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr. allegedly, according to her, assaults her and tries to force her to give him head. The only thing that stopped the altercation was someone opened the door and they said, whoa, 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 according to her. Then she tells the captain about this story, and the captain didn't do shit about it. She believes the captain was paid off. Mel Max says, sounds just like Little Rod's allegation. Sounds like this was the play on the yacht. This is what they did. At least that's what it sounds like. After this, Grace reported she was ostracized and fired from her job and suffering trauma due to that. So she is assaulted, allegedly. She reports it, and then she is fired and banished from the whole stewardess industry. Sound familiar? We've been hearing a lot of that. Like Mel Max said, sounds just like Little Rod. If you remember, Little Rod has his own lawsuits. He was on the yacht getting fangled and fadangled. He was on the yacht getting his you know what's fangled and bedangled by what is the guy? Cuba Gooding Jr. alleged. And he said he was in a room and weird things were going on, and luckily somebody saw. What the fuck was going on these yachts? What was going on these yachts? We're hearing a lot of weird stories. Somebody said like father, like son. The sad part is her speaking out caused her to lose her fucking job. That's the part I don't like about this shit. Like, what is she supposed to not say anything? Is she supposed to keep quiet to keep her job? This is just screwed up all the way around. And the captain didn't even give a rip. Allegedly. Sad, sad situation when you can't just fucking go to work and do your job without being harassed and then fired because you tell motherfuckers about it. So this case hasn't been dismissed, which means so far the court feels that there must be merit. And speaking of Little Rod's case, that's supposed to be moving forward. Let me look it up because I meant to discuss the Little Rod case with y'all because I believe something's coming up on that, right? Anybody in the comments, if y'all have been keeping up with the Little Rod lawsuit, I saw that they got something coming up. Little Rod lawsuit update. Hold on real quick. This is one of my business clients, real quick. Might be important. What's up, Jay? Hey, I'm on the show. We'll call you right after it's over. All right, for sure. I believe Lil Rod's lawsuit is moving to. Are they moving to discovery? I'm trying to get the information right here. This is something I wanted to discuss with y'all. Because I saw Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy. Give me a second, y'all. I want to get this information. What's the latest update? I think they're going to discovery. And if they go to discovery, Diddy could be in big trouble. Is there a lawsuit? Is there a court date coming up? And you know, another thing, they keep this stuff buried in the, like, somehow they know how to bury it in the internet. Like, I just saw something about some type of court date coming up, and I cannot find it anywhere in the on the internet. They keep talking about old stuff. Does anybody know or seen anything about the Little Rod? The update, isn't it like a court date coming up or something? And then I don't know what they're doing on this internet, but I saw it, and now all of a sudden I can't find it. Thank you, Miss Fagan. Let me find it. 10/17. Let me see if it'll come up when I put in the actual date. September 17th, you said? Y'all, I don't know what they're doing with this internet. How are they? They literally have this story buried. It was out, and now it's like digging through. Hey, looking for you looking for a needle or a haystack to get the Lil Rod Diddy lawsuit information. This is crazy, y'all. I even put in the date, and it's literally not coming up. Wow. Anyway, Little Rod's lawsuit, there is an official date coming up. They have buried it on the internet where you can't even find it. October court date. This is amazing. How can something this major not? And even the AI says there is no. Check this out, y'all. This is what AI is saying. It is important to clarify there is no confirmed information about a specific court date in October related to Little Rod Jones against Diddy. This is AI saying this. They are slick, man. How the fuck? I know there's a date. If anybody can look into if anybody can look on their phone and find an article on that date about that date, please let me know or try to put it in the chat. This, I've never seen nothing like this, y'all. I know for a fact there's a date. I know for a fact there's information, but it's literally Google AI is telling me there's no specific information, like none. No. Hey, the Flow Show No Filter. We don't stop. We don't give a fuck. Fuck AI. AI. Hey, look. I don't give a damn what AI is saying. I don't believe AI. All I know is I know there's a date, and it's really bugging me out that AI is telling me that there's no specific date. Wow. So Little Rod is the one who was on this same boat, or I don't know if it's the same boat. Probably, I don't know, but it's Diddy's boat. And the same type of stuff that this stewardess, Miss Grace, is saying happened is the same thing that Lil Rod is saying happened. Lil Rod lawsuit. Yeah, y'all, they playing games, but you know what? You know what? We not going for that. We're gonna get this information one way or the other. But this is some shady shit going on in real time. All right, here we go, y'all. So the court appearance, as reported by the New York Post in July, Rodney Jones' attorney confirmed that a court appearance was scheduled for August 6, 2025. So you see how they saying no information? This is crazy. So I will be digging and hopefully I appreciate it, y'all. We're not going for that. Yeah, check Chat GPT. We're not going for whatever this Google trying to say. Google apparently is the enemy. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Thank you. Somebody just sent me Diddy's new case begins discovery, October 17, 2025. We're going with that. So Lil Rod, if they get into discovery, that means Lil Rod in his lawsuit where he said Diddy had them looking for sex workers, assaulted him, wouldn't pay him, all kind of stuff. And we all know that we have seen, and thank you so much, Mel Mac. And shout out to Tracy for becoming a new member. But Tracy ain't new at all. Tracy is a longtime supporter, but I'm glad to see her so she can be on our members only, our members only, our members only, our members only. We got members only. We're going to do it on Wednesdays. I'm not going to take 2 days away. We're going to start off with 1 day and just put it in the middle of the week. I'm just trying to make it simple for everybody and simple for me, so it'll be easier to keep up with the schedule. Just Wednesday will be the members only episode. Every other day will be the same. Members only episode is the Flow Show No Filter, where I can dig in a little deeper and get a little more intimate with the ones who really keeping this going. Shout out to the Buzzsprout subscribers and shout out to the YouTube members. Anyway, Little Rods goes to discovery. That can open up more charges if it hasn't already opened up more charges. Now I'm gonna give you, you know how they say how Lil Rod, we know about the sexual assault. We know about, he said Cuba Gooding Jr. tried to jangle his bangles, was jangling his jangles, allegedly. But another thing that he said that makes a lot of sense that Diddy has been known for, and that's not paying motherfuckers. And people in his position, just like suing old girl and putting in the documents talking about she asked for a first class ticket and all that. See, people a lot of times, these elite and people who think they better, a lot of times they don't think that you even deserve money. I've seen billionaires and millionaires not pay people for their services and have the money right there on them. I've seen it. I'm not gonna call out the celebrities who I've seen do this, because we talking about Diddy right now, but they know who they are. Sitting there with hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, knowing that you owe this person for a beat and won't give them one penny. That's evil as hell. I've seen this happen. And I'm gonna tell you a quick story, something y'all might not know about Diddy not paying. Y'all remember the LL Cool J song, doing it, doing it, doing it well. To represent Queens, I was raised out of Brooklyn. Doing it and doing it. If you remember the song, doing it, doing it, doing it well, give me a 1 in the chat and follow me, because I'm making a point about Diddy not paying people. So there's a producer that worked with Diddy that produced that beat. That was a beat that Biggie had asked the producer to make. Biggie told him what sample he wanted to use and everything. And so the producer said, all right, I got you, Biggie. He made that beat and another beat that Biggie wanted. But I'm going to just talk about doing it because that's a song I know everybody knows. So the producer made the beat. He sent it to Biggie or let him hear it over the phone or whatever. He said Biggie loved it. The producer he said, I was strapped for cash. I really needed it. I just had a son coming to the world. I was doing a lot of beats for Bad Boy. He said, Diddy, he told Biggie he needed the money for the beat. Biggie said no budget was open from the label. So the guy asked Puff, AKA Diddy. Diddy said the budget wasn't open. The guy said, Diddy got money. He said, man, give me something. Like, even if you can't pay me. Now, this when beats were cost, cost. He was an official producer. So the beats was like $15,000 a piece. But he said, you ain't got to give me $15,000 or $30,000 for these two beats. But he said, give me something, $2,500, $5,000, just something. I got a new son. I can't afford it. Diddy wouldn't give him shit. He said the budget ain't open. So then I believe Chris Lighty, who, if y'all remember, Chris Lighty and Diddy had a little thing anyway. So this is another thing that's interesting. They had a little beef, and Chris Lighty ended up mysteriously dying. And I don't know if Diddy had nothing to do with it. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying it's very coincidental. Because now, check this out. Chris Lighty was listening to beats for LL Cool J's new album. This before Doing It was even made. He heard a lot of the beats that the producer had. The producer was like, you know what? He didn't like any of those beats, or he had more, and he slipped up and played them the very beginning of the Doing It Well, what became Doing It. He played him that beat, a little bit of it. He didn't mean to. And he said, and then Chris Lighty, and he turned it off. And Chris Lighty said, whoa, what's that? He said, I can't sell that to you. I made that for Biggie. He said, well, let me hear it. So he let him hear that beat and the other beat that he made for Biggie. Chris Lighty said, I need that beat. I'll pay you. He said, what Puff paying? He told him 15,000 a beat. He said, I'll pay you double right now. The producer said he did not want to do it. He didn't want to sell it. But shit, he said, if somebody offering you double for something that somebody else ain't giving you shit for, and you know they got the money, what would you do? And you just welcomed a new son into the world and you broke. So he sold the beat. A little while after that, Biggie called him. All of a sudden, it said the budget was open. Dude said he almost shit in his pants. He had to tell Biggie that he sold Chris Lighty that beat for LL. He said Biggie went the fuck off. He said he don't understand that. He thought that Biggie didn't understand his Diddy part, not paying people. And he said that Biggie, they had a good relationship before that. And he said Biggie never fucked with him again after that. And I tell that story to say Puff was a multi-millionaire. You got this producer busting his ass, and you don't even want to give him $5,000, $2,500, something to hold the beat until the budget opens up. And then Chris Lighty, your arch nemesis, comes in and pays the guy double. And I'm sure Puff had way more money than Chris Lighty. But to tell that story to tell y'all, it's not just Diddy. I've seen it firsthand. These motherfuckers don't want to pay people, man. I've seen producers, I've seen people, I've seen cleaning people who just need money to pay their damn rent, who are owed money from these millionaires. And these motherfuckers will not pay them or pay them on their own time or pay them whenever they want. And that is bullshit. That is why I left the industry. For shit like that. I'm not kissing nobody's ass for my money. If I do my work, pay me. Don't be flashing hundreds of thousands of dollars in my face and then not wanting to pay me. But this is what they do. And so when Lil Rod say he didn't get paid, on top of all the sex worker stuff and all of that, I believe it. Flow AI overview, second lawsuit filed by music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones against Sean Diddy Combs. Next court battle is scheduled to begin on October 17th, 2025. Thank you so much, Fire Glory. But do y'all see how we are even got to be careful with this fucking AI? I just literally looked it up on Google and I read y'all the exact response. The AI said there are no upcoming court dates for Lil Rod and Sean Diddy Combs. If that don't tell you how much we have to support our independent platforms, I ain't nothing going. I'll never get the point through to you. We got to support our independent platforms before we support Netflix and all these other conglomerates who don't give a damn. They got the power to make anything happen. You don't see them calling for the Epstein list. You don't see them calling for justice for Diddy in the Diddy trial. Why are we giving them all our money and holding back on independent platforms like mine, like Tisa Tales, like Ticket TV, and all the rest of them? That's where my money go. My money going to these independent platforms that give a fuck. I'm tired of being a slave to the machine and giving them all our dollars and not holding them accountable. They get all our money, but they don't have to speak out on shit against shit no more. Like back in the day, we used to make you speak out or we didn't give you our money. Now we've got they got us so much under a trance, we get them all our money and we don't even call them out for not speaking up about shit when they hold all the power. But anyway, back to this Diddy and Lil Rod. I'm sorry. We are saying that we are saying that we are hearing that the court appearance is October 17th, and they're going into discovery. But y'all, we got to talk about this story. And if you don't know this story, you need to know this story because this is about to be huge because there's a lot of the same shit going on. Allegedly, there are elite, there are people getting preferential treatment. There is a son murdered. There are sons being suspected. There is another son who is being hidden. The story is all muddy and it's from Love and Hip Hop. Pay attention to this story. Pay attention to this story. Love and Hip Hop stars Rashida and Kirk. They have children. A rapper by the name of T Hood, who was loved by the Atlanta community and his family, was unalived after allegedly a domestic violence case. A domestic violence incident. Now, allegedly, Kirk and Rashida, who are the celebrities who live in Atlanta, who are known by a lot, they're on the Love and Hip Hop reality show. Allegedly, they are getting preferential treatment from the police and from the system to help protect their sons, who allegedly unalived this young man. Let me tell you what's happening. The story is, there are a million different stories. I'm going to tell you every different scenario, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Because one thing about it, I posted this on social media yesterday, and it went viral. And one thing about when my stories get viral, I get a lot of information. And I put the story out the way I heard it from the news, and I'm already at 100,000 views overnight. People hit me up and said, no, that ain't the real story. The news said there's one son involved, a young guy, I think he's 24 years old, which is Kirk and Rashida's son's name is Kai. But as we dig deeper, they are saying their other son, their oldest son, who is Kirk Jr., also put bullets in this young man, but fled the scene, and now they are hiding him from the whole situation. And to make matters worse, the young son, Kai, who allegedly is the suspect, they are saying they just let him go because now they're claiming self-defense. And they are believing it so far. But the family and everybody who will witness this and people in Atlanta are screaming that this young man was shot in the back 5 times. It can't be self-defense. And they're saying that the only reason the police let him go with self-defense and are continuing to let the other brother hide is because Rashida and Kirk are celebrities. They got money, they got influence, and the system is working in their favor. Now, I'm not confirming or denying anything right now because this story just came across my desk yesterday or last night. But I'm merely telling y'all what I am hearing from a lot of Atlanta people, and this took place and it's taking place in Atlanta. What they're saying happened is there was a domestic dispute between T Hood and Kirk and Rashida's daughter, who were dating. Rashida's daughter called her brothers to come handle the situation. T Hood beat up the brother. And when he beat them up, they're saying he beat both of them up. I don't know if it was at the same time. Like I said, details are a little murky, but we're going to get to the bottom of this. But what they're saying is that when he beat them up, they went back to the car and grabbed firearms. And as he was walking away from the situation, they emptied lead at him. 5 shots took him out of here. And they also have footage of before, I guess this is before the police arrived or right as they were arriving, that the other brother was on the scene but was allowed to leave. This story is about to get huge because somebody lying, and this family is not letting it go. And when I say the family, I'm talking about T Hood. Family is not letting it go. And they are saying that the system is trying to screw them over. So let me get into the article. After I done told you all the speculation, now this is the article from Vibe magazine. Kirk and Rashida Frost's son suspected in murder of rapper T Hood, who was beloved in Atlanta. They say rapper T Hood was shot and unalived at his Georgia residence on Friday. How can you be unalived at your own home, yet the other person is claiming self-defense? It already smells fishy to me. White bass, black bass, red snapper, whiting, perch, tilapia, catfish, crappie, bluegill, whatever fish you want to name, that's what the fuck I start smelling when I see someone get unalived in their own home, and you gonna say self-defense on me? Let's continue. An incident report from the Ready to Go rapper's death obtained by TMC Sleazy indicates that 24-year-old Kai Lasheed Frost is suspected in unaliving. T Hood's mother also told the outlet that the killer was the son of Rashida and Kirk Frost. T Hood was dating Kirk and Rashida's daughter. You gotta follow this. This could get a little confusing, but this is about to be probably the biggest story going on right now, because a young man who was beloved is dead. The family is fighting for justice, and we have a little bit of, is the celebrity getting preferential treatment? Is the system working towards and covering for this celebrity? We don't know, but it definitely smells fishy. Let me continue. Kelsey, that's the daughter, Kelsey. The couple allegedly got into a domestic dispute at T Hood's home. Kelsey, however, addressed the conspiracy theories that have circulated connecting her to the death. She says, "I don't even have time to grieve or say or pay my respects in the right manner because I am defending myself, being attacked by people who are creating weird and sick rumors." Officers arrived to T Hood, born Tevin Hood's Snellville, Georgia home Friday to find him unalive. He was then transported to the hospital, but later succumbed to his injury. One unnamed person was detained in connection with the shooting and has been interviewed by police. Official charges have not yet been announced. Everybody loved this guy. Now, this is what I'm hearing from the streets. This is not me. This is what I'm passing information. When I posted this story, I had no clue it had so many twists and turns. We got to watch this one closely. Like I said, something ain't right. Anytime a person gets unalived in their own home and the other person claiming self-defense, my antenna goes through the roof. My antennas go blasting through the ceiling of head on top of me when somebody talking about you unalive me at the house, and I'm at fault. You at my house. You came to my house. Who comes to my house and then you kill me, and then you able to get off on self-defense? Yeah, y'all. When I reported it, I didn't know it was this wild. I was just reporting, a tragedy, and you know, there was a suspect. I didn't have, man. I had so many messages come in, flooding me, telling me, um, a lot of people are telling me, that it's more to this story, and I'm listening. If y'all hear anything or if y'all do some digging, make sure you send it to me. We got some says it was orchestrated smoke. The question is who lit the fire, who stirred up, for sure. Y'all, this is a crazy one. Just a sad situation. I am going to continue to dig in that. If you missed the show yesterday, we have members only. Yesterday was on a Tuesday. It was the first episode. We went over some the celebrities that are blackballing Diddy. We went over the $100 million lawsuit, the freak off tapes, and celebrities. A lot of intimate details, but we're gonna have that once a week. We have members only episode, and it's gonna be so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday will be like normal. But subscribe. If you subscribe on Buzzsprout, you'll get the audio version. If you subscribe and become a YouTube member, you'll be able to join us live for the Wednesday members only episode. I will put the link in the chat again and post it. We got a lot of new members today. People signed up. Everybody who was on it yesterday, we enjoyed it. They loved the members only episode. And like I said, I'm doing that because the members, the people who subscribe and the members who pay are the people that are keeping this show afloat and keeping it, allowing me to stay organically who we were when we started. So I have to take at least one day out of the week and have an episode dedicated just for the subscribers, just for the members, because they deserve it. And like I said, we all owe them, because without them, we don't have a show. We don't have a no filter. We have to put a filter on it if we don't have subscribers. So the link is in the chat. I also posted it there if you want to become a member so you don't miss our Wednesday episode every week. Will be members only, and we're going to talk and dig into even heavier stuff. I can say a little more because it's not just shooting out into the algorithm, and I don't have to worry about all the strikes and all of that. I can talk and be candid. So definitely, we had a great time yesterday on the members only episode. It's at 8:30, same time, same place, same content, just a little bit more raw, a little bit more intimate, and no trolls. I enjoy the trolls, but I also enjoy having one episode a week where no trolls are allowed because they too cheap. They can't afford it. See, they can't pay $5 to troll. That's too expensive for a troll. A troll they just want to fuck up people's day for free. And on Wednesdays, we ain't having it. So sign up right now. If like I said, if you are a Buzzsprout subscriber, you will get the audio version. I upload that, so you won't miss anything. If you subscribe to Buzzsprout, it will still be on Apple and Spotify on Wednesday. Just will be under the subscriber only content. Y'all, this Diddy shit is a mess. This Rashida and Love and Hip Hop, I'm telling y'all, this is about to turn into a crazy, crazy ass story. I will be digging into it as much as I can. Let's get to I'm outs in the chat. Another show in the books. We will be right back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be right back, so don't worry. Let's get the I'm-outs in the chat. I enjoyed y'all, but I got to look into this Rashida and Kirk situation and find out what the hell is really going on. I love that for us. Thanks for being you. Thank you, Lala. Like Tracy said, face to face, yes, but face to back is not self-defense. Anitra says, I'm out. C Tuck said, Tinkle says, time to do some research. I'm out. Yeah, we got to research that story. C Tuck says, I'm out. Research that Rashida and Kirk's story with the T Hood. We need to find out what the hell is going on. Lily says, RIP to Danielle Spencer. Yes, from ain't that from what's happening? Definitely. Fire Goy says, I'm out. Shout out my sons, Isaiah's 17th birthday. Thank you. I hope I said the name right. Isaiah. Desi says, thank you, Flo. I'm out. Grand Kathy say, bye, cutie pie. I am out. Mel says, I'm out. And as always, I love y'all. But I'm